HappyThumbsGaming. Big show.
Hey everyone, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we've got another Sniper Elite 4 collectible guide for you. This one happens to be for level 3, Regilino Viaduct. And I probably said that wrong. I know he said it in the little cutscene, but I missed it. This is a mature game, so beware of that. And also check on the right to see all of the collectibles expected to be found in this video. Now here's a quick peek at the map. You can see all 3 of the stone eagles barely on the map. One in the top, one in the far right top, and one in the bottom left low corner. We also have 5 optional objectives we're going to make our way through. You can also see that we've already cleared out the level and we have highlighted all of the infantry and officers that are of importance, kind of their general area of where you would expect to see them now. But keep in mind though, if you break cover at any point, it is possible these guys could run off and not be where we are. So it is important to know that you should always check the bodies scanning live and dead people. And, all right, we're off and running here. You can see we are having some fun throwing some rocks at each other. That's right, kick rocks, Ty. No, I'm just kidding. He's been a great help so far, and I greatly appreciate all of the guidance that he's provided, because it's kind of like on an airplane when the old captain goes, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd direct your attention out the left window, you will see an officer standing out in front of a cabin. And if you peek your eyes a little too long, you'll see his wig get split thanks to Tyler's bullets." And look at that. So we have officially knocked the first officer down, and he happens to have a duty roster. I know, I'm a little kid. Every time I say duty, I laugh, even though it's not even spelled the proper way that I'm laughing about. But all right, 1 of 4 duty rosters. Now, hey, down below in the video description, we do have a bunch of quick links. So if you are missing just a sniper report or whatever the case may be, feel free to use those and quickly get through all of the collectibles. Now, inside where that big bang boom, I guess it's kind of a little a sawmill of some sort, we found a collectible inside there. And right outside there, we're also going to find a man walking who happens to have a last letter. Now, as it turns out, not every shot Tyler shoots is a success story. As we saw there, it took a couple of shots. And I believe later in this video, we find ourselves a moment where Brian struggles, me, that's right, I was referring to myself in the third person, as well as Tyler too. We both have a moment of struggle coming up, so. All right, next up, we've got a bunch of rocks being hurled at us, but before we move along, we want to take out this eagle out on the river point here. So this one's kind of tricky to see. We're a long ways away, and go ahead and give a caw when you go ahead and blast that. I know you are. I know each and every one of you that have watched these videos, when you blast those stone eagles, that in your head, you may not say it out loud, but I know in your head you're busting out with a caw. Or I guess in some cases, you're probably like, should I say it? Like, caw? Like questioning your caw? All right, crossing the bridge and heading to that southernmost point down here, we're going to see that there is a plane that needs some locating, but around the area up top, there is an officer. Now, keep in mind, we have taken out all the bad guys. This officer may not be walking along the top peak there for you, so just scan the area and look for a guy wearing a nice fancy hat, and if you have already killed everybody, look on the ground and scan all bodies. You will find a duty officer. And all right, right around the corner, right next to it, down in the little gully here, there is also a crashed plane. Simply walk up to it and place a charge by simply holding down the button indicator, which for us, I believe it was square. And then run! Run for your life, as it's going to go ahead and go kablooey. That's right, no more plane. So we found that. Optional objective 1B is now officially complete. And next up, we're going to go to the back. There's this kind of secret little pathway up here. You can see Tyler's up there getting sick. Spinning circles up there. But we're going to go ahead and follow him up the path and see what we can see. That's right. There is a collectible sitting right here on the ground, as well as we found a couple of suppressed ammo. I don't know what he was doing holding that guy. He loves throwing rocks and bad guys at me. I don't know what his fetish is with that, but I find it quite funny myself, so I get a kick out of it. It's kind of fun because, you know, some of these levels actually take like 90 minutes or so to clear out. Then we go back and we make a save at the very beginning of the level. So if we mess up, we don't have to clear out everybody twice. But then we go through and play all the way through. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So each one of these videos takes a tremendous amount of time. I know you guys are probably like, where are all these videos at already? Well, each video takes a couple of hours to play, a couple hours to edit, a couple hours to upload, so it's definitely a process. Now, speaking of process, we're making our way down and around, and there's this giant building. It's like a 2-story house, and inside on the desk, we're going to find a miscellaneous document. We're going to pick that up and add it to our collection. Thank you very much. Now, right outside this, there is a little walkway. Now, you can see this guy's walking. There's a little cemetery over here. And he might be up top. He may be down low. For us, and both times we attempted, because we actually did have to start over our clean-out path. I made a mistake, and we had to go back. But as it turns out, this guy was down here in the cemetery both times. But I'm going to help the locals out here, and I'm going to put him where he belongs. You know, dead guys belong in holes in the ground. I guess. I don't know. I was just trying to make it funny there. Anyhow, moving along, since that joke wasn't funny. Inside the building up top here, it's kind of in a bullet shape. If you look at it, doesn't it kind of look like a bullet? Inside, we're going to find well, it looks like it is some sort of footage. That's right, footage added, and it's optional objective 1A. So we've officially completed optional objective 1. And we have added to our trophy progress. You saw that there, or achievement progress, I suppose, if you're playing on the old dark side of the Force, the Xbox. I'm just kidding. Both sides are equally awesome. I own them both, and I would be clowning myself if I put either of them down. So, all right, moving right along. We're in this middle section here, kind of right not too far about where we were just from. And inside on the little, I guess it's a little coffee table or something in the corner there, we've got ourselves a letter from home. So we'll grab that and add it to our collection as well. Now, down and around the corner, down some steps, we've got this guy walking around, and he just so happens to have a last letter. Now, there are tons of guys down in here, and it took us quite a while to get them all cleared out safely, so hopefully you'll find this guy in the same environment as we did. Otherwise, he might be scattered a little bit around, but he should be right here by this house. Now, speaking of right here by this house, not only is there a last letter on a guy walking around, but there's also a letter from home sitting on a bench right next to a little flower pot. Oh, how pretty. So we'll go ahead and pick that up, and now we're going to run inside, because guess what? There is a lot going on inside this house over here, or around it there is. And upstairs and around the corner, we're going to see Tyler up in there getting squirrely again. And we'll go ahead and pick up another miscellaneous document. So we'll add that to our list, and we'll go ahead and keep on keeping on making our way out of the building. Now, there's a short segment here in between collectibles, so we're going to go ahead and advise you to use those quick links if you're in a hurry. And who knows, maybe you already have all the letters to and from home. Maybe you need something else. But it is important to keep track of where we are going. This pathway we are taking is kind of a shortcut. And it's a little bit of a funny angle, if you will. So we're going to jump up on this little ledge, use the ladder to get up top, and then we're running through this crazy ravine. Look at our compass down there. Look at how on the map it's kind of like a little secret passageway. So we're going to go ahead and make our way down and around to this other base camp over here, where we're going to find a collectible in a building, as well as a couple of guys with collectibles over in the corner now. Every time I fell right here, it sounded like my legs broke. Tyler and I were laughing about that, because it's like a 3-foot drop, and it's all, which is kind of ironic, but all right. We've got a collectible inside. Ooh, look at that. It's not a megaphone. What do they call those things? It's not a xylophone. I can't ever remember. I should look that up, because I know we see those in a lot of different games, and I always flub that up. Now, all right, you might have noticed Tyler went upstairs, and I went outside. That's not a mistake. There are actually 2 guys back here. There's an officer and an infantry guy, and both of them are wandering around back here by one of the German checkpoints cleared objectives. Now, we actually didn't know, I didn't label the first checkpoint when I started, so I didn't actually make notations of that optional objective. But if you clear out everybody, you should have no problem getting both of those checked off. Now, we went ahead and tagged the duty roster, or the officer, first, and we eradicated him. Well, Tyler took him out for me after I took a quick scan of him and saw for sure that he is who I was after. And then, of course, I didn't want to disturb the other guy, and I threw a couple of rocks just to go ahead and get him looking over to the other side. So now that we've got him triggered, we're going to go ahead and pick up this duty roster and move over to the last letter. So there you go. Booyah Kashow. Proof that there is a last letter. And it looks like he might have even been a Jaeger. I don't know. I guess I should have looked again. He looked like he had a helmet on and a big suit. The Jaegers are kind of the bigger, beefcakier guys that have a little bit more, I guess, bullet protection on. All right, so we grabbed that letter, and now we're moving along. We've got this house over here that's kind of over by itself, and you can see it right there in between. I guess that's a big forest rock area and the water. I guess it's a mountain, isn't it? Yeah. And outside on the backside for us is an officer. Now, he is rocking a miscellaneous document. Now, often the officers are going to have the duty rosters. Oh, yeah, check it out. Wait, here comes another shot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots. And finally, Brian, that's right, me referring to myself in the third person again, runs up and gives him the old shiv in the belly. That's right, stick him in the belly, stick him in the belly. What? That's right. All right, so we've got that miscellaneous document added to our list, and there's a little dock over here, and it's in the shape of a T. So that's right. Watch out for Mr. T. And we'll pity the poor fool who doesn't grab this letter from home. Actually, it's a letter to home. Speaking of which, I've been noticing this game often when scanning people with letters to or from home. It often messes that up. We had one in the last level. I don't believe there was one in this level. I may have missed it if there was. But there is for sure one in level 4 too. So, you know, scanning a guy is always good because he's going to give you the indication whether or not he has a collectible or not. But I've found that it's not always the right collectible. So be wary of that. Anyway, we're making our way up to kind of the northwest section of the map, and you can see where I've stopped here. We're going to watch old Tyler run up into that tent on the left-hand side, just behind the fire. And look at that, right on the old desk there is a letter to home. So we'll go ahead and rock that and put it in our pocket. And now we're going to go up and above. Now be careful, there is a vehicle that travels up and around this point here. We're going to actually show you how to take it out because it is one of the optional objectives. And there's also a whole bunch of guys as well as a bunch of trucks that need to be dealt with. So we're going to target the officer who should be kind of on the leftmost side of this area first. He is in fact going to have a duty roster as well as a safe code. Now this is really important because you will not be able to get miscellaneous document 5 without this safe code. So this dude's a double whammy. You can see there he's got the safe code and the duty roster, so we'll go ahead and pick them both up and add them to our collection. Now look at them sun rays coming through. You got to give a shout out to Rebellion and their beautiful engine that they're using for this game. I love it. It's great and very much appreciated. Now check it out. We got a Stone Eagle up above all this stuff. We got a bunch of trucks. I already noted too that there is going to be a vehicle traveling up and down that we're going to take out, and really it's just as simple as putting a few mines out. But we're going to go ahead and take out these trucks first. So feel free to throw grenades at the trucks. Feel free to blow them up by shooting their tanks or whatnots. But keep in mind that most of these trucks do have a 3-stage process in regards to blowing up. So you get the first initial boom, and then you get the booyaka-chow, and then you get the ka-chow. So, but at the end, you know, you probably better be weary. I actually got killed, and I'm pretty sure this was when I died and we had to restart because I got killed by the old truckaroonie, and that's not good. So, all right, now, we talked about the tank that rolls through here. This is actually going to be optional objective 5. We got to put a couple of mines down so that this tank, or I don't know what you want to call it, it's an armored vehicle. And it does make its way down the road here. So rather than putting them right out in the open, I suggest kind of putting it right on the corner there because you know he's going to roll right on over the top of it. Now, I tried to show you the map to show you where he's rolling. And unfortunately, he hit the gas and went right over my bomb. So I didn't actually get to show you where he blew up, but I guess you get to kind of see it anyway. So keep in mind the rule of 3 here. It's just like the Lego game. There you can see I almost died right there from that 3rd explosion. But I'm good. I got some extra health in my bag here. I'll probably bandage up a little medikit here in a minute. If not, though, we're going to keep on keeping on. Now, coming up here, we got another letter from home, and you might notice there's a sniper off in the distance here. Once we get this next collectible right here, we actually go ahead and take out that sniper. So we're going to show you where he is on the map as well as what to do to go ahead and take him down. Now, before moving in, though, make sure you make your way over to this tent, this little campground, and make sure you grab that big letter from home right there. Yeah, don't mind. That was my alarm reminding me I got some things to do there. So if you heard that little dance tune in the back, disregard that. Next up, we've got the old sniper report, which is going to be on the sniper right there. There you can see the old train tracks kind of have that curvy little, I don't know, but it's right below that, kind of off to the left. We have already tagged him, obviously, so he's up there, and we can see which way he's looking, which is super helpful, because this guy will spot you through bushes and all sorts of stuff. But once I tag him and recognize that he does have the old sniper report by scanning him, we got Tyler on the old long-distance ponage, and that's right, he rearranged his brow for him. We're going to run over there quickly and efficiently and run all the way to the top. And, of course, the bullet actually knocked our sniper back a little bit. So I run right by him thinking that there's going to be another guy up in here. But, nope, I run right by him. So if you do not find him up in the tower after shooting him, you know, make sure that you kind of check all around the stairs and maybe off the back ledge, too. Because we've seen some guys go flying from some shots. So scan the bodies if you can't find it, and you'll eventually find it, I'm sure, and booyaka. Now, if something happens, like maybe you approach this area and there was tons of guys, and maybe he's not there, you could always try reloading the checkpoint, or even going back and doing a load, because you can actually, you have 3 saves in this game, which is kind of cool, so you can backtrack a little bit further than normal. Now, over on the right side, or I guess the left side, depending on how you're looking at it, the tracks have another infantry guy walking around, and he just so happens to have a last letter carrying on him. So we're going to go ahead and pop him and drop him, and we're going to rob him, too. We're going to take his last letter. That's right. And next up, we've got a letter to home, which happens to be in one of these round buildings. We've got these 2 round buildings over here. They both actually have collectibles in them, and they're both part of an optional objective, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. So, at least I think we got to blow both these guys up. It might be another one we have to blow up, actually, now that I think about it. So, all right, letter to home on the counter there. We're going to go ahead and make our way back just a wee bit, because guess what? We took a peek at that stone eagle. Well, I guess we didn't really look at it, but we ran right by it, and I saw it anyways. It's up there, high, kind of hiding, and yep, there you go. We'll go ahead and blast that eagle. Go ahead and that's right, 3 of 3. Now we have officially completed all of those. In fact, we got all the sniper reports too. Actually, no, we don't. We got one coming up. I lied. I totally just lied to you. Now, keep in mind, if you use the quick links, that the miscellaneous document 5 does require a key found on an officer, and you can find that key by clicking the old duty roster 4 quick link down below. So it's right there by the big truck we took out, and he's on the left side of the area by all the other trucks. So booyakashow, we got that safe code, and we are in like Flynn, and we grabbed that report. Now we are out for another sniper report. In fact, this one is going to be over on the bridge. This guy is pretty tricky too, as he can see you from a long ways away. That's right. Look, there's no way he should be able to see us, but he does. Even though it's a funny angle, he can still see through it all. So there's kind of a method that we used here. I like the right side, Tyler liked the left side, but it's good to work together. So maybe head the guy going down the left up first, because he can get a better angle. I have a little bit of a funny angle once I go down the right side here. You can see there's a bunch of stuff in my way. But really, all I'm trying to do is just scan him to prove to you guys that he does, in fact, have the sniper report. And, well, spoiler alert, he does. And we're going to go ahead and make our way all the way down across the bridge. Now, there's actually a whole bunch of guys down below. When you approach this bridge, you're going to find that there's a bunch of little dots that queue up. And there's a little scaffolding off to your right, which you can get down there that way. And there's also another way on the back side of the mountain you can get down there. So there's 2 ways to get up and down. And I believe there's like 5 or 6 guys down there. And one of them does have a collectible. In fact, pretty sure it's I don't remember actually what it is. We'll have to get there and see. But, yeah, go ahead and pick up the sniper report. Make sure you don't forget to grab it from the sniper on the bridge. And we're going to make our way back to this house after that, which actually has it's got a tank in front of it that did have some guys in it, but Tyler shot them out of the inside, so we don't have to worry about them no longer. You could always blow them up, but keep in mind, blowing up vehicles is a good way to queue off all of the bad guys and have them run all over and not be where they're supposed to be. Now, you can always wait and be patient, and often they will return back to where they should be, but that's not always the case. Sometimes they wander and do not return. So, all right, we shot 2 guys over here, and we grabbed the wrong body there. So here we go. Finally got the last letter. All 5 of the last letters are officially ours. And next up, we've got another miscellaneous document. So we'll go ahead and make our way over to this building, kind of on the backside. So here we've crossed the bridge. We're all the way over on the other side now. Now, there are a few guys over here too, but of course, we've already taken all of them out. And inside this building right here, we're going to hop in the window. And inside, we're going to find, well, I guess it's one of the last miscellaneous documents, is it not? All right, so we'll go ahead and hop in and grab it. That's right, 6 of 6. All right, so last but not least, we have a letter to home, which happens to be on this guy down low. Now, you can see him already. We've already got him tagged, and he's down there on that lower scaffolding. Now, we actually had to play this whole section over again twice. Once because I messed up during the clear out. Second time, we had to do it because this guy was not here. So, yeah, a little scary, but as it turns out, we did not mark him on our original clear out, and he ended up just disappearing. We think he might have fallen off or committed suicide because he wasn't anywhere on the map or anything. However, we did not target him and mark him during our first playthrough. So we ended up, we might have missed him. He may have been just wandering around somewhere else after some of those explosions. You know, because if an officer blows a whistle, too, guys will go a lot further away from their spawning point than they're supposed to. So if you blow a whistle or blow up a truck, he might not be here. But this guy was the icing on the cake for us. So we were super stoked to actually get down there and collect that letter to home. And that's actually going to wrap it up for all of the collectibles. Woohoo! However, we have not completed the level, so we've still got work to do if you're following along to get all the objectives and complete the level itself. So we actually have to plant some dynamite. on the side of this bridge here because we got to take out the old war, or I guess the rail gun. It says wreck the rail gun. Now there's a big spot here that's got a star on it. We just need to walk up, well, jump across and then walk up to it, and then place some C4. Now it doesn't look like I did anything, so but it's there. I promise you. I can see it now. When I first placed it there, the C4 looked like a rock to me. But it's not. It's C4. It's a big satchel. And now we got to make our way to a safety spot and blow up the old railway gun. So I'm kind of struggling on what to do here. I'm like, I don't know if I planted something or not. Meanwhile, Tyler's just booking it. He's like, no, bro, it's there. Well, I did the same thing when I played my first playthrough. I couldn't see it, but once I get way over here and zoom in, you could see it with binoculars. Because that's another thing that I haven't noted yet. Anytime you use the binoculars, any kind of explosive item will actually show up in red. So I'm sure you figured that out, that anything that's explosive is going to have red on it. And in this particular case, you cannot see that thing unless you zoom in. Now, using the scope, almost all items that are explosive will also appear red while in the scope too. So that is very, very handy. And speaking of handy, I'm going to try to get over here almost all the way over there. In fact, we do have a couple of optional objectives we have to finish too. Remember I said the buildings we got to blow up? They're not that round buildings. We got to go over to the far side here. So under the little, I guess it's some sort of a covering there. It's like a secret little, I don't know, little basement we got to blow up. So we'll go inside there, we'll place the C4, and we'll run. I guess it's a satchel, not C4, for all you technical peeps out there. Boom! That's right. So optional objective 3B is exploded for destroying the ammo cache. Now we've got a little, I think it's the transport we got to take out next. So right over here, there is a truck. We'll go ahead and blow that bad boy up. Look at that. We got to locate and destroy additional ammo dump. So, boom! That's right. Optional objective complete. Now, I don't remember if we give you a quick overview of the optional objectives or not. Does not look like we do. My bad. I'll try to remember that next time. This was cool, too. There was a guy standing on this ledge right here earlier in the game, and I actually shot it out from under him, and he fell to his doom. That was pretty fun. Now, all right, here we are. We have officially placed the dynamite, and we are, well, a ways away looking at the old railway gun. And look at that, just as promised, there is the red on it. We'll go ahead and blast it, and it gives us the final cutscene with a giant explosion and a little bit of backstory, I guess. So we'll go ahead and take a moment to enjoy the exploding. So good. I certainly wouldn't want to be on a little nature hike right now. Oh, Billy. All right, there you go. Look at that. Look at all those kills by Brian and none by Tyler. That's right. Brian owns all. Oh, that's right. His stats get reset every time. All right, we got a trophy achievement for completing the level. We'll take it. We'll add that to our overall list that is continuing to grow and grow and grow. And speaking of grow, we got to go. It's time to wrap up Sniper Elite 4 Level 3 Regilino Viaduct. And I probably said that wrong, but I tried to give my cool guy voice so it'd make up for it. So hopefully that all makes up for it. Anyhow, hey, if you guys have any questions, comments, or things like that, or maybe you want to see some other videos for Sniper Elite 4, head on over to Facebook, Twitter, or simply comment, vote, subscribe down below. We always appreciate your feedback, and, we try to, make our future choices of games and videos based on your feedback. So you may have noticed we actually went back and did Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7. Now, yes, it turned out they did a collection, but we were already planning on doing that. So that was all based on your feedback and requests wanting to see the rest of that completed, as we'd already done 1 through 4. So anyhow, I'm kind of flapping now, got a little sidetracked. Hey, Sniper Elite 4 is an awesome game. Highly recommend it if you don't already have it. And as for me, we're going to keep on trudging through all these levels and getting all these collectibles, and then we'll probably come back and do some trophy achievement cleanup for any things that we did not get along the way. So for me and for Tyler, that's going to go ahead and do it. Thanks for watching. As always, until next time. E-ah-ooh, tucky-tucky, tuck-ah! Slip.